All right, good evening, everybody. We're going to be starting our meeting today, September 16th, 2025, for the Lynn Zoning Board of Appeals, 7 p.m. at City Hall. We're going to start with a roll call for the members present, please.
Mr. Gilray?
Present.
Present. Ms. Paez?
Present.
Present. Mr. Marcy? Absent. Mr. Christopher?
Here.
Present. Ms. Maggio? Absent. Mr. Olson?
Present.
Present. Ms. Crowitz?
Present.
Present. And Mr. Lopez Hernandez?
Present. All right. Before we get started with today's agenda, related to our previous meeting minutes, do we have any changes? If not, I would entertain a motion to approve the previous meeting minutes.
So moved.
All right.
Second.
We have a second from Mr. Olson. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right. We have a packed agenda today, so we're going to get right ahead with our CBA case number 10116, 37 Fall Street.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Who do you want to replace Ms. Maggio on this?
Let's do for this one, Hayes, and then the next one get right.
Okay.
37 Fall Street, Lynn, Massachusetts, parcel number 106-410-011. Petitioner Jamie Munoz and Jocelyn Ramirez, 27 Fall Street, Lynn, Massachusetts. 37? The correction. Zoning Board of Appeal Case 10-116, to permit pursuant to Mass General Law, Chapter 48, Section 6, and City of Lynn Zone Ordinance, Section 5, the alteration of the single-family dwelling in the R1 district by adding a full second floor and addition at the rear of the structure with living space and a deck. The petitioner is also seeking to enclose the existing roof porch to add living space. The addition will increase both the height and footprint of the structure within the side yard setback. The addition of building height and footprint within the side yard setback, but not increasing the encroachment along the front and or side yard setback. Requires a special permit from the Zoning Board of Appeals, Mass General Law, Chapter 40, Section 6, states pre-existing non-conforming structures or uses may be extended or altered, provided that no such extension or alteration shall be permitted unless there is a finding by the permit granting authority that such change, extension, or alteration shall not be substantially more detrimental than the existing non-conforming use to the neighborhood.
Thank you, Mr. Olson. We'll start hearing from the petitioner.
Do I have to speak to the mic?
Yes, name and address, please, before.
Yep. Ms. Jaime Munoz and Jocelyn is my wife, Jocelyn Ramirez, and we are the owners of 37 Fall Street. And we are looking to just make our house more livable. So we want to add a master bedroom suite, and that involves extending the second floor and enclosing the front porch to make an office for myself. I work from home. And currently the house is from 1920. So it was built before the ordinance, and so it doesn't meet the current setback limits. However, we're not going to encroach further. We're just going to build the same footprint, close the front porch, and extend to the back and the side, through the side yard. It's similar to what's already.
Well, obviously, it has to go towards your neighbor. Okay.
Well, it's not going towards the neighbors. We're in parallel to the line.
Okay. Let's see. Anything else you'd like to add before questions?
It's similar to what everybody's done in the street and neighborhood. They enclose the porch and it just extends a little bit to the back. Our lots are very rectangular, so the only way to build is towards the back. In the back, there's a lot of space in our yard, so just make that more useful for us and our kids.
Any questions from the board?
You mentioned a change in height. What is that change in height amount? You know?
I think it's listed there. I can't recall the specifics, but it's still within below the maximum height of 35 feet, I think.
Okay, yeah. See.
It's just pretty much just making sure that we're able to tie in the addition. We're not making a third floor or anything.
So far, the intention is to have everything within the current building footprint.
Correct.
No addition to the building, extending that footprint of the structure
We'll extend it to the back.
to the back.
Yes.
Okay, so there is an extension.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's going straight back.
Yeah.
Correct, yeah. It's running parallel to the current footprint of the house, and we're not encroaching more on the neighbor's setback yard.
Any other questions? Okay. Thank you very much. All right. We are going to move then to the public comment period now. If there's anybody who would like to speak in favor of the petition who is here in attendance, anybody here who would like to speak in favor of the petition? All right. We'll move then to anybody who would like to speak against the petition. Anybody here against? All right. What is the wish of the board?
Motion to grant?
Second.
All right, we have a grant and a second from member Paez. We can have a roll call.
Mr. Christopher?
Yes.
Yes. Ms. Paez?
Yes.
Yes. Mr. Olson?
Yes. to
Yes.
grant.
Ms. Kravitz?
Yes.
Yes. And Ms. Lopez Hernandez?
Yes to grant.
Yes.
All right, it's been granted. Good night.
Thank you.
Let's go to 232 so we can have the withdrawal. So now we'll be moving to case number 10119, 232, 234 Linfield Street. If we can have a reading of the case and then we'll go into the communication.
Okay, 232, 234 Linfield Street, Lynn, Massachusetts, parcel number 060-029-020, petitioner Jaime, is it Jaime?
Yeah.
Jaime?
Yep.
Enriquez, 32 Lad Hill Road, Lynn, Massachusetts, by his attorney Alexander J. Capano, Esquire, zoning board, case 10119, to permit pursuant to Mass General Law, Chapter 48, Section 6, and City of Lynn Zone Ordinance, Section 5, the conversion of a former hair salon destroyed by fire in March of 2024 into a neighborhood grocery convenience store. Mass General Law, Chapter 40, Section 6 states pre-existing non-conforming structures or uses may be extended or altered, provided that no such extension or alteration shall be permitted unless there is a finding by the permit granting authority that such change, extension, or alteration shall not be substantially more detrimental than the existing non-conforming use to the neighborhood.
All right.
Attorney AJ Capano representing the applicant. We worked with Councilor Meany and we got some neighborhood feedback that this use would not be harmonious with the neighborhood, so we're going to withdraw that permit. Withdraw that application. And we ask to do so without prejudice, and if the board would be so kind to authorize the return of the filing fee minus the advertising fee. Thank you. And I submitted a letter indicating.
We have it here on our records. Thank you for that.
Thank you very much.
Given that this is a petition for withdrawal, we do not need to go further into the details of the applicant. I will make a motion to withdraw without prejudice and to return the filing fee minus the advertising fees, which has already been spent and used for the purposes of this case. Is there any second on that?
I'll second it.
All right, we have a second from member Kravitz. We can have a roll call.
Mr. Christopher?
I wasn't here the first time they came. Was this?
They withdraw it.
This is the first time. Oh, this isn't the first. Okay, yes.
Yes. Mr. Gilray?
Yes.
Yes. Mr. Olson?
Yes.
Yes. Ms. Kravitz?
Yes.
Yes. Mr. Lopez Hernandez?
Yes, the withdrawal without prejudice. All right. Perfect. Okay. Now move to our following case number 10117 214 Maple Street.
212-214 Maple Street, Lynn, Massachusetts, parcel number 085-169-016, Petitioner Milton Panagopoulos, trustee, Maple Street Realty Trust, 20 Saratoga Street, Lynn, Massachusetts. By his attorney Lisa J. McGloin, Esquire, zoning board, case 10-117, to permit pursuant to Mass General Law, Chapter 40A, Section 6, in the City of Lynn Zone Ordinance, Section 5, the conversion of a two-family dwelling in the R2 district into a three-family dwelling unit. Mass General Law, Chapter 40, S.6 states pre-existing non-conforming structures or uses may be extended or altered, provided that no such extension or alteration shall be permitted unless there is a finding by the permit granting authority that such change, extension, or alteration shall not be substantially more detrimental than the existing non-conforming use to the neighborhood.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. We are here proposing that we extend the third floor space into a separate third floor unit.
Can you
This-
please identify yourselves?
Sure, my name is attorney Lisa McGloin and Milton.
Thank you.
Oh, my apologies. So we're trying to use the space that's already there. I sent in a video that they had actually of the space with the drawing of the existing space, and I believe you received that. You can see that it's dilapidated, unused space currently. And what we're looking to do is to fix it up so that it's meaningful, livable space on the third floor there. I think with the size of the third floor and the number of space, it makes sense to have it as a third floor. There are other 2 and 3 and family houses in the neighborhood, so I don't think it's any more detrimental to the neighborhood than any other use. And it's permitted by way of special permit from this board, so that's what we are seeking here today.
Any questions from the board?
Yeah, so so you're proposing to make a separate unit out of this?
We are.
Okay, so the only concern I have is that it's a second means of egress out of the space.
So my understanding is that the plan is to install a full NFPA 13R sprinkler system, which would only then require one means of egress for that unit.
So it'll be for the whole building?
Yes.
Is that correct, Mr. Poole? That's not your area of expertise, okay?
I actually explored that, and that was the answer I was given. It would be required by building code to be able to.
It makes sense. I know that exists in other places.
Yeah, I'd be curious what the Lynn Fire Department would have to say about that.
Yeah.
So everything within the current footprint,
There's
no
nothing.
changes. Okay.
Staircase, pools, or
We're looking at our records. I see that we got a revised set of drawings. Is that correct? And-
That is.
Yep. And that was shared today.
Yes, it was.
All right. Usually our policy is to at least have the final materials for actual consideration, asking questions, deliberating on more than one day or the same day. I haven't been able to take a look at this properly yet, and it didn't coincide with when it was advertised for people to be able to look at the version that the applicant wants to be reviewed.
Understood.
So in that case, I don't have any primary concerns not having looked at the plans that we have received today. But I would feel more comfortable discussing this once we have the ability to be able to take a look at this.
Understood.
I would probably lean towards a continuation of the case, and also asking the fire department for their opinion.
Yeah, if you could reach out to them and maybe get some.
We'll be happy to.
from it. Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Mr. Chair, can I just ask you a question? Yeah. So so part of the house that you will be changing is on the roof line, correct?
It's the third floor.
So how extensive of a change is that going to be? Is it like a dormer or is it?
It's not changing anything in the exterior. As you'll see in the video that we submitted, that there's already livable space up there that has been abandoned space use.
Okay.
So it would be rehabbing that space to make it livable space.
But adding a kitchen and a bathroom to that.
It'll be adding
So,
a kitchen and a
yeah,
bathroom.
and the building isn't, you're not expanding the roof, right?
We're not expanding the roof, we're not changing anything on the exterior of the building whatsoever.
And the staircase was existing?
The staircase is pre-existing as well.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
It's already, essentially, if someone used it as a 2.5, but that area hasn't been remodeled or rehabbed in any way, shape, or form, so it would be,
It looks like 1930s.
Oh, yeah.
yes, you're correct.
That's kind of cool, though.
So,
All right.
My grandmother would be proud.
I move that we continue this case to our next,
Before that, any other questions before we move to the motion?
yeah, to our next meeting, which I believe is October 7th.
Yes.
And that'll give us an opportunity to re-review everything
Thank you.
with the new check.
absolutely, totally understand.
All right. I'll second that, and we can go on a roll call for this.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you so much.
Mr. Christopher?
Yes.
Yes to continue. Mrs. Pius?
Yes, to continue.
Yes to continue. Mr. Olson?
Yes, to continue?
Yes to continue. Mrs. Kravitz?
Yes.
Yes to continue. Mr. Lopez Hernandez?
Yes, continue.
Yes to continue.
Yeah.
We will now continue to our following case, case number 10118 Valley Ave.
13 Valley Avenue, Lynn, Massachusetts, parcel number 083-666-022. Petitioner Erica Orellana Investment Inc., 72 Woodlawn Street, Apartment 1, Lynn, Massachusetts, by her attorney Alexander J. Capano Esquire, Zoning Board Case 10118, to permit pursuant to Mass General Law, Chapter 48, Section 6, and City of Lynn Zone Ordinance, Section 5, the addition of a basement unit of a 3-family dwelling in the R2 district to increase the number of units in the structure to 4 units. Mass General Law, Chapter 40, Section 6 states, pre-existing non-conforming structures or uses may be extended or altered, provided that no such extension or alteration shall be permitted unless there is a finding by the permit granting authority that such change, extension, or alteration shall not be substantially more detrimental than the existing non-conforming use to the neighborhood.
Thank you. Again, my name is Attorney AJ Capano.
Eric, how are you?
Thank you. And I represent Orellana Investment LLC in this application. The property itself is on a 66,445 square foot lot in the R2 district, currently improved with a 3-family dwelling. My client purchased this property in March of 2023. As you may recall, the building was destroyed in a 3-alarm fire in January of 2023. Thankfully, no one was injured. Since then, my client has completely rebuilt the property into a newly constructed 3-family home. She received her certificate of occupancy in December of 2024. We're here tonight asking you to exercise your special permit granting authority under Section 5C3 of the ordinance to allow the addition of 1 unit in the basement to the existing non-conforming 3-family property. Fire safety is, of course, a critical consideration. And these plans do fully comply with the Mass State Building Code. The building is fully sprinklered. The basement will have proper emergency egress through window wells. The doors and the walls are all 1 hour fire rated, and the building is equipped with hardwired smoke and carbon monoxide detectors. Importantly, we believe that the addition of this unit will not be substantially detrimental to the neighborhood or more than the existing use. The building footprint, height, and the overall massing are remaining unchanged, so there's going to be no new visual impact to the abutters, and the scale and the appearance of the property are consistent with the residential character of Valley Ave and the surrounding R2 district. From a functional standpoint, the use is going to remain residential with a modest increase of 1 unit, not substantially increasing traffic congestion, and it provides off-street parking spaces. Noise, light, and other external impacts are not expected to increase in any meaningful way. In fact, we believe this project strengthens the neighborhood by turning what was a once burnt-out, unsafe property into a new constructed, code-compliant house that is safe, attractive, and provides much-needed housing for Lynn residents. The additional unit will contribute to the housing stock of the city without altering the building's outward character or placing additional burden on services. Again, the project will not increase the existing structural nonconformities. Obviously, moreover, my client, in compliance with the ordinance, will be making a cash payment to the Affordable Housing Trust Fund in lieu of providing on-site affordable units. Finally, I just want to emphasize Ms. Orlana and her team have been property developers for over a decade. She's also a Lynn resident, and she takes pride in contributing to the city's housing needs. So for those reasons, we respectfully ask the board to grant this special permit this evening. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions from the board?
So it sounds to me like this is an ADU. Why wouldn't that have been the vehicle you used rather than this, just out of curiosity?
My understanding of the ADU is that it would need to be less than 50% of the dwelling unit of the primary dwelling unit. In this case, I don't know what the primary dwelling unit is since it's a 3-family. But we could explore that, yeah.
No, I know one way or another.
Yeah, I mean,
This thing,
It would be beneficial to you financially for an ADU. Or AD, what do you call it? ADU? ADU, yeah.
and does the ADU require any relief from this board? So go straight to building permit?
That would be a question for Mr. Poole and or our zoning folks on the ADU.
Yeah.
And the state already ruled
Yeah.
that ADUs, right, are by right, or at least there shouldn't be any restrictions on it by state policy, so.
It's going to be more than 50% of the primary unit. It's going to be equal to.
Okay.
So I believe that's why we didn't go with the ADU.
I do believe this is something that's going to be litigated on a multi-family like this. Do you consider all 3 units above when calculating the 50%? Some of the local attorneys have made the argument, you should just look at 1 unit, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Is the building owner occupied?
It is not. Nope.
Exactly. That's it.
Oh, yeah, true.
I just have a question regarding the parking plan.
Yes.
I mean, it showed 6 spaces, but it's kind of a very odd configuration, so, can you explain it, or will there be any improvements to that layout?
The parking is existing, and the plans that I've received from my client show that there's room for 6 vehicles, and there's going to be 4 units, so it would be 1.5 per.
Yeah, I'm just looking at I guess you call it the proposed construction plot plan.
Mhm.
There's a number 2 sort of set in the back, and then you have 1 and 3 that are in front of that stall. So for that person to back out, it looks like you need to get 2 people to move out of the way.
Seems like it.
I'm just uncomfortable with 2 people having to move their
Yeah.
cars to get out of the way,
Okay.
as opposed to like 1 person in tandem. So I don't know if there's any improvements going to be made to that
We can
layout.
absolutely. Where I think there's space enough across to do 6 across. It's existing, but
Or if you do tandem, do it in a different location so it's lined up
okay.
better.
It-
I'm not here to tell you how to do
Yeah,
it. It's
right,
just,
right, right.
I don't
Understood.
think that's a good
Yeah.
layout.
There's plenty of.
It would also be nice to see if you're planning on landscaping around it to, be,
Yeah, on the back there is.
because, yeah, that's a lot of concrete or whatever it is that you're putting out there for a parking area.
Yeah, it's not owner occupied, so we'd like everything to be organized. If you got 2
Yeah.
cars backing out,
Right.
1 trying to get in, it just disrupts the neighborhood.
And where all the trash barrels will go, there's a lot of trash barrels.
Yes,
8 trash barrels, so.
oh, well, with the other one.
Yeah.
But we have space in the back too.
Yeah, so if you could look at, just make an improvement with that.
Those are just small ways to keep the integrity of the neighborhood. You know,
Yeah. And is the curb cut there just one big wide? I guess you kind of.
Yeah, it is.
really?
It's straight across.
Straight across?
Yeah, I drove there and took sent in pictures of the
Yeah.
existing building, and it's just flat across.
It's kind of odd because it kind of curves right there too.
The day I went there, and I don't know if it happens, there was somebody even parked a little bit in front of the building there.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, right. The It's like a 90-degree there.
Yeah. So it's like almost on the street parking there in front.
Okay. Yeah, so it's just kind of, I think I would like to see just a little bit more formal layout that's
And
accessible.
would tandem be acceptable?
I think one spot, but truly in tandem, not having to move two cars and
Yeah.
three
One
cars.
spot, no, okay.
Yeah. And then maybe some landscaping around it, just
Garbage, show snow removal. I mean, that's a big area to do snow removal from.
yeah.
So how it won't impede with the rest of the neighborhood.
Got it.
So the applicant is opting for not having the affordable unit, but paying into the affordable trustee.
Correct.
How much is that? Expected to be.
Yeah, I haven't, to be honest, I haven't explored the in lieu option, so I haven't had to do the math myself yet. But and I'll be looking to the city for guidance on that.
Anything else from the board? All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We'll be moving into public comments.
Yeah.
Okay.
If there is anybody here who would like to speak in favor of this petition, anybody here to speak in favor of the petition? All right, seeing none. Anybody who would like to speak against the petition? Anybody here who would like to speak against? Seeing none, what is the wish of the board? I'm hearing that parking.
Yeah, they submitted a plan. Doesn't look like what's actually out there now.
Yeah. At least in terms of demarcated parking spaces captured on June 2025 through Google Street View, there's at least 1, 2, 3, but they are long enough to at least seems 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars, vehicles, based on how long those are from the imagery. And then the closest parking space closest to the trash barrels in the entrance to the property, that is not clearly demarcated, but yeah, in terms of proportions, doesn't seem quite right.
Yeah. So I just want an updated plan that sort of memorializes that we have six spots based on what's there.
And I don't see a fence. There is a fence there,
Shed.
plus a shed.
Yeah.
I don't see that there.
So I think this plan here is dated.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
This was December 2023, so they've done work since.
Mm-hmm.
And it shows the proposed new building, and it looks like it was post demolition of the old house and excavated area in this plan.
Yeah.
So something that represents what's there.
Yes. So that would be a stipulation?
That'd be stipulation.
Okay.
And with some landscaping.
I suppose that's the spot.
Okay.
What is the stipulation? Do we want to say do it as a stipulation, or do we want to do it as a continuing? Until we can see a plan.
I'm okay with stipulation,
Okay.
as long as we get a chance to look at it and make sure that it is what is being discussed here.
Okay.
Is this a motion, Mr. Olson?
So move with the stipulations.
Okay, stipulation.
So the stipulations need a parking plan showing 6.
Yeah.
We need a landscape plan showing how you're going to dress it up a little bit so it's not so much concrete. Show how you're going to do snow removal and trash placement.
Yeah. And if they need to, expand the back parking further back,
Yeah.
that should be reflected.
Needs to be parking.
So we want an updated parking.
An updated parking plan showing 6. Yeah.
Showing 6 vehicles.
Showing 6 vehicles.
Yeah, 6.
vehicles. The goal to not have them joined as the current drawings that were presented, where it depends on 2 vehicles for one of them to be able to head out.
Yeah. You gotta move 3 vehicles to park 1.
All right, I'll second that. We'll go into second, and we can go into a roll.
Okay, Mr. Christopher?
Yes.
Yes. Mr. Gilrean.
Yes.
Yes. Mr. Olson.
Yes, with stipulations.
Yes. Mrs. Crowitz.
Yes, Mr.
Yes.
Billy.
And Mr. Lopez Hernandez.
Yes, with stipulations. All right. We have one final case. Case number 1012090 Moulton Street.
Okay, 90 Moulton Street, Lynn, Massachusetts, parcel number 055-215-005. Petitioner, Montrong,
Yes.
18 Linwood Road, Lynn, Massachusetts, by his attorney Samuel A. Vitale Esquire. Zoning Board Case 10120, to permit pursuant to Mass General Law, Chapter 40A, Section 6, and City of Lynn Zone Ordinance, Section 5, the reconstruction and alteration of a pre-existing, non-conforming, single-family residential structure in the R2 district to become a two-family dwelling. The petitioner will remove an unpermitted roof over the rear and sided decks and add exterior stairs serving both units. A kitchen and bathroom will also be added. Mass General Law, Chapter 40, Section 6 states pre-existing non-conforming structures or uses may be extended or altered, provided that no such extension or alteration shall be permitted unless there is a finding by the permit granting authority that such change or alteration shall not be substantially more detrimental than the existing non-conforming use to the neighborhood. The petitioner also requires multiple dimensional variances pursuant to Mass General Law, Chapter 40A, Section 10, for front setback, right side setback less than 5 feet, impervious lot coverage in excess of 65%, and potentially floor area ratio. A variance request requires the Zoning Board of Appeals to specifically find the owing to circumstances relating to the soil conditions, shape, or topography of such land or structures, and especially affecting such land or structures, but not affecting generally the zoning district in which it is located. A literal enforcement of the provisions of the ordinance would involve substantial hardship, financial or otherwise, to the petitioner, and that desirable relief may be granted without substantial detriment to the public good and without nullifying or substantially derogating from the intent or purpose of such ordinance.
All right.
I think I could give you that in shorthand, Mr. Olson. Thank you for reading that. It's over the top, and it's not that complex, and let me explain.
Yeah.
The house was built in 1923. The house was built in 1925 when there was no zoning. So any dimensional violations, that's why it's pre-existing non-conforming. Why we're here is we need two findings. One is we do need a variance, but for only one item, impervious lot coverage. And I think 96% of the homes in Lynn are going to be here because they don't satisfy impervious lot coverage. We're here because of that. So let me just go through these. It's a proposed two-family dwelling in a two-family district. So the use is not non-conforming. Secondly, converting a one-family to a two-family is protected under 40A6. It's the so-called one two-family exception. That exception, the state law says that you can convert a one to a two-family, provided you don't increase any of the nonconformities. So as your experience tells you and mine tells me, unless we're changing something and making the building bigger and somehow making the sideline more non-conforming or the front setback more non-conforming or the rear more non-conforming, then we should be allowed to do it. Then why are we here? We're here because the zone ordinance has changed. And there's a new requirement that this dwelling and many, many others probably don't satisfy. And that's impervious lot coverage. This is capable of self-help. If you've seen the property, there's a huge driveway. If you ripped up a portion of the driveway, he would satisfy not more than 65% impervious lot coverage. The second reason we're here is that the Board of Appeals granted a variance in 1971. And the difficulty with that is not that the Board of Appeals granted the variance, but they determined there was a hardship, it was the same building, it was the same front setback, it was the same area. So they already granted a variance. But our problem is that when you look at the building permit that issued, it just said for an addition, a 19 by 19 addition. So we think, those who have looked at it, that was the addition done at the rear. And that was granted with the approval of the Board of Appeals. That's not the issue today. The issue today is that someone, not I, who's just recently bought the property, someone added an addition that was unpermitted. And they put a roof over it. So if you've seen this picture, I'll share it with you. I got a couple, but it's this portion right here.
We had another case like that.
And he's going to remove that, so that as the ad said. So that's not really the problem in going forward. The problem in going forward is the impervious lot coverage. The ISD did a very thorough job in outlining the existing conditions and comparing it with the new zone ordinance and what relief is granted. But I suggest to you the only variance relief we need is for impervious lot coverage. And the only reason we need a finding is we don't satisfy that requirement that says you can't increase any nonconformity. I cited, when I wrote the petition, Section 5C of the new zone ordinance. And let me just share with you, this is about nonconforming structures. And it says you can do alterations, but this is 5C1B. It says, alteration to a structure which encroaches upon one or more required setback areas where the alteration will comply with all current setback and building coverage requirements and not result in any increase in building height or footprint within the area of encroachment. So we're not increasing it within the area. It's the impervious lot coverage. We don't make that requirement. And that's why we need the variance. The 48.6 finding we need is that going from a 1 to a 2 is not substantially more detrimental in its effect on the neighborhood, which is a two-family neighborhood. So that's why we're going to satisfy the parking requirement. The two-car garage remains. The big driveway remains. So we have 3 spaces. We're going to get rid of the unpermitted addition and make the alterations to make it a 2.
Any questions from the board? Questions, comments?
You have a existing driveway goes up, there's a garage in the back.
Yep.
So, that's your parking and pavement. What is the surface behind the house to the right of the garage looking back towards the rear?
Little corner from an entry space.
Like, what is the surface? Is it grass? It's
Like for some, rocks.
It's grass?
Yeah.
I thought he said rocks, okay.
Is it grass, rocks?
Rocks.
Is it bituminous?
Yeah, the rocks next to them.
Or is the whole yard paved or
Yeah,
just
all the hot top.
hot top?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Anyone else? Okay. Thank you. Anybody here who would like to speak in favor of the petition? Seeing none. Anybody here against the petition? Seeing none. What is the wish of the board?
I just want to say, when we did have an issue like this with the unpermitted work before, and this way, I didn't vote for it, but last time. But taking it down, I think, is the way that I prefer we approach questions like this in the future, like the petitioner in this case is doing. And I appreciate that in the application, that it is an acknowledgement that it was done unpermitted and that they're seeking to rectify it. So I just wanted to say that for the record.
Thank you.
And it's been for a while. I'm looking here at imagery, and since 2014, that addition has been there existing, so it's been there for a while.
So that
No, the addition that will be taken down, it's been there for a while.
we tried, I think we tried to figure out by Google Earth when it went in.
Yeah.
We know it's not the one that would have appeals. That was at the rear. But, once they added and put a roof, we can't find any permits for that.
So which of the board?
So they're basically tearing down something that's not in compliance.
Tearing down, once it's teared down and the structure itself is again up to code, the main issue is the lack of green space in the property. Okay. All right.
Is there any plan to improve green space on the property? Is it on, I didn't see it in the,
See the aerial imageries. I see the plot plans. You have the structure, and structure. Yeah. Okay. I don't see any landscaping aspect of this, which would be addressing the asphalt. Porch, plot plan, deck. Okay. Yeah. Right. Are you
proposing to put anything more green space in there? Vegetation?
So right now, I have to need to do
the deck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For inside. But
So is there any plan to do more garden space? Or green space? Yeah, grass or green space? Yeah, instead of all pavement, to make a little less.
Seems like the green space requirement applies to this district. There's no minimum.
And you mean the impervious?
Right.
That would be an impervious.
That would increase impervious a little bit. Is there any plan to? I understand you won't need all of it, but there is a plan to do a little bit more than what's there.
Any mitigating actions, even though it's still
We're not going to get 100%, but some mitigation to that.
not even some boxes.
But, yeah, we didn't want to tear up the entire driveway.
Yeah.
That's not the driveway, but there is some
So, we
potential.
did the calculation, we sort of worked backwards
Sure.
with the footprint of the building, and we've included, and I have an analysis of that. And then we could look at that and see what we could take. We did have that done, because we couldn't, we did the ratios.
Yeah.
The floor area ratio. And we did the footprint of the building according to what the assessor had. So we had a couple of sketches done that show so we were concerned about where we were at. So we worked, I'm not very good math, so we worked backwards. We concluded we had more than 65% based on what the building. You're asking about the lot. And so the pavement virtually everywhere, we would have to find a place, perhaps to the right of the garage.
Yeah, exactly. I don't expect them to rip it all up.
I see where we're at. Right in here.
Yeah,
That could be.
yeah. Just to move the needle a little this way.
That is a simple drive coming in. This is, we're taking down at a bending piece. Because the variable is really along that
And you know, part of the zoning is every little bit of that helps the bottom line, because we're seeing more intense rain events happening and whatnot, so if we get a little bit, as these properties built over 100 years ago, when that wasn't an issue, but now it's becoming more of an issue, so the zoning is trying to get ahead of that for future generations.
Any reduction of the surface area would be great.
Yeah.
Small as it is. Would you, Mr. Olson, are you thinking about having a condition on this?
Yeah.
In relation to it?
Yeah, just an updated plan that shows some landscape. It doesn't have to be all of it, but just some improvement, some mitigation.
Okay.
It's a pre-existing lot, so I don't expect them to meet the impervious limit, but just to do some mitigation.
And that doesn't necessarily, there are different ways to address that. That doesn't require having to break up the asphalt. There are other ways.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
There are other ways.
Is that a motion then, Mr. Olson?
Yeah, motion with the stipulation.
So there's like 3 stipulations: remove unpermitted roof, satisfy package parking requirements, and some landscape improvement.
Yeah, sure.
Right.
On an
Yeah.
updated plan.
What was the second one? I'm sorry.
That's okay. Satisfy parking requirements.
Okay.
I'll second that if there isn't a second, and we can move to a roll call.
Okay, Mr. Christopher?
Yes.
Yes. Ms. Hayes?
Yes.
Yes. Mr. Olson?
A yes with stipulations?
Yes. Ms. Crowitz?
Yes.
Yes, and Mr. Lopez Hernandez?
Yes, with stipulations.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Thank you.
Sam, I'll email that to you and.
This was the last case
The plan.
that we have. I believe we don't have any other business, so
Motion to adjourn?
motion to adjourn. I second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned.
Well, this was fun.